Continuing with week 8, we're going to use build the jack stand base. This is a little more involved than some of our earlier pieces, but we should be able to get through this probably in about 15 minutes. Let's see what we can do here. Hopefully I have all of my dimensions. Again, as we're going through these, I'm finding that I have not been very diligent into my dimensioning. Here's my last little project that we did, so I'm going to close that out. Go to Projects, confirm that we are in the jack screw assembly. Go to New, Standard. Okay. Boy, you can just get whizzing on these, can't you? So we're going to start with our base. I'm going to go to our center here and find our center. Pull that out. I need to go over here. I'm going to just have to drop this out here and come over here. I got to zoom in my window so I can read my dimensions. Okay, and this is dimension of 3.56, and finish sketch, and extrude, and I need to go over here and dimension of 0.62. I'm going to bring it around front, roll it up, right click, set current view as front, set current view as home, and then I can build off of this. We've got several things we need to do with this. I need to do a fillet here, but I don't want to do it until I build the other part of this, so I'm going to go over here and look and see how this attaches. If we look at here, we can see we just created the base and we extruded it up. Now we need to create this, and it looks to me like this is tangent with that, so I think that's the next part that I will do. So I'm going to go up on top of this. I'm going to go right click, new sketch, pick that face, draw my circle, just come in here and draw my diameter. My diameter is 1.62, and I'm going to ask it to be tangent from this to that. And the other thing I think I wanted to do is I wanted it to be perpendicular from here to here. There we go. So I've made it perpendicular from the center of this circle to the center of that. So that's perpendicular, just to help me so it doesn't come back and haunt me later on. Okay. And finish sketch, extrude. Let's extrude this puppy out, and looks like 3.5. 3.5. I'm going to go over here and check my drawing to make sure that is correct. Oh, it's 3.5 less, so we need to go edit, extrusion, go into extrusion and edit feature, and it's 3.5 inches minus 0.62. There we go. That's a little bit better. Looks like we have a hole going down the center of this. And I'm going in and bringing over my other piece so I can double check and make sure everything is what I need to be working on here. Looks like we have a chamfer here. It's interesting that, oh, they did that, but you can barely see the line when it's zoomed out because it's a PDF. Okay, so we have a hole going through. Let's put that hole in it. And excuse me while I move this in and out on my other screen. Here we go, we're back to here. Let's go into here, right click, new sketch. We'll pick this face here. We'll come in and do a circle. And we're going to go find out what size circle that is. And that interior hole is 0.625 through, okay? So 0.625, and finish sketch, extrude, pick that, go to cut, go to all, and we should be good. Let's go around the bottom and see if it's there. Oh, there it is. We like that. Okay, let's go to put a chamfer here while we're here. It looks like a chamfer of 0.03. Chamfer 0.03. Check it. Let's do a fillet while we're here, and that's of 1.25, and apply. And looks like we have another fillet down here. So while we're here, we'll put a fillet around there. And notice how it blends in back here. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that comes in nice. We also have a fillet here on the front of this, and it is, let me go over to my other drawing and just verify it. That is also 125 fillet. So we're going to add that fillet. There we go. That's nicely blended. We have a hole going through, but I'm going to punch the hole through from the bottom because I don't have a fillet, so I don't have to fight to find where I don't have to add projected geometry. So we're going to come in here, and what I'm looking is I'm seeing that I don't have a distance. Shame on me. So let's go right click, new sketch, pick this face, go in here, and we're going to come off of the center and come straight up, just bringing that up. So I'm using that geometry as a constraint. Looks like we have a hole diameter of 656 through. Okay, 0.656. Oop, it didn't let me do it, so I'll have to give it a dimension. 0.656. And that's so it's a little bit bigger because that bolt, our bolt that we just built, our 5/8 18 bolt, is going to go through there. Yeah, we're going to go done. And I'm going to have to come around, and I don't have a center point on that, so I'm going to pause here for a second. And what I'm looking at here is I don't have a center where this is from the center of this object. It's just placed here, and it's not in the center of the piece. So I'm going to have to go find that, and I'll be right back. And as what I'm looking, that distance is from the center of the original base. We're 0.59 down for the center of that circle. So I'm going to go and back over to my part and create that dimension. So I'm going to go from here to here, 0.59. Finish sketch. I'm going to punch that through. Cut, distance, all, okay, and there we go. Now there's another sketch that we have here that I need to just a moment pull this up and find out what my next dimension is. And let's find out that that dimension is together. And this dimension here is 0.12 down, and we have a diameter, and it is showing him as 1.2 down, and it's 1.282. 1.282. So what I'm going to do is new sketch on this face. Okay. And 1.282 is my diameter. And going to go to finish, go to extrude. I'm going to pick this. Is it going to not let me pick that profile? Let's see here. Extrude. Do you see where it's overlapping here? It's not letting me pick that profile. So what I'm going to have to do is something we haven't done before. So I'm going to cancel out of that. I'm going to have to go back and find this fillet here, which is right there, and I'm going to have to delete it. So I just deleted that fillet. The fillet went away. Okay. Now I should be able to come over extrude. Come on, let me extrude here. And it's not going to let me do it. Extrude, pick, Let's see what happens when we go to cut. Nope. It wants to grab all of that. So what do we got going on here? Something's not kosher. I'm going to go into this sketch here. This sketch here. Edit sketch. We're okay. Extrusion is okay. Let's double check the diameter of this sketch here, and that is 1.62. And I'm zooming in over here in my other drawing, trying to confirm that. And 1.62 is correct. Okay. So we're going to go finish sketch. And I don't know why I'm having problems right here. I need to get rid of let's delete that fillet. So I may have to back up here, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to go on the bottom. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go new sketch. Pick that face. Sometimes it's just not worth trying to fight it. So pick off here. And come up here. And I'm just going to go, I should have the dimension already there. And that was 656. There we go. And I should have the dimension of from here to here, which we know is 0.59, and that should be already in there. Those dimensions don't go away when you back up, which is really nice. And extrude, and pick, and cut, and all, and OK, and ISO, and then new sketch, and face, circle, and again I'm going to just dimension it because that dimension should already be there in the drop down box, and that was, oh, it's not there. I'm going to go find that. That's 1.282, I believe. 1.282. I'm going to come over here and double check that just for 282. I was correct, and it's 0.12 down. Okay, done. Finish sketch. Extrude. Now we should be able to extrude this down and cut it. And 0.12. There we go. Now let's put some fillets on things. 0.125 fillet here. There we go. Apply. And it blends right into that. And you can see in the drawing that it does that also. If we go in right into the corner, that fillet's coming right in there and on that edge. And for some reason it wouldn't allow us to do that prior to the rest of the project. I believe, let's take a look if there's any other drawings that we have here that we need to do. We have that radius. Oh, we need a hole. We need a hole through the back side, so we'll come and do that real quick. And that is a quarter 20. So I'm going to slide that over, and it's a distance of 1 inch up on the center. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go in here and find my origin planes, and there's the one I want. I'm going to right click and make that visible. That's on my center point. I'm going to go up to my plane, pick it, and drag it over here to that just face, so it's right on that face. We've done this before. I'm going to go in here, go to the back, and I'm going to project a little bit new sketch. Actually, we'll pick that face while we're in the ISO view, and go new sketch, and make sure we pick that correct plane. I don't want to pick that plane by accident. If I want to, I can just go ahead and turn this off now. I don't need this one. Come into the back plane now, and we're going to project some geometry, and I'm going to project this piece of geometry here, this piece of geometry there, and it's 1 inch off the base here, so we'll project that geometry. I'll go in here and draw a circle. I'm going to go off my midpoint. Might as well use the constraint that's there. Pick that and go 0.25. Go for a distance here. And to here. Oops, come on. Distance, diameter. So from that edge there to that center point there, and pull that out. That wants to be 1. And go into ISO. Swing it around here so I can see it. Right click. Done. Finish. Extrude. Cut. And let's go in 0.5. I know that'll go through it. And let's look inside here. Make sure it's not going through to the other side. Let's go into our view. Confirm with our wireframe that it went. Oh, it didn't go in quite far enough. So I need to go in a little farther. So I'm going to go into that extrusion, right click on the extrusion, edit the feature, and let's go in 0.6. And there we went all the way through, which is just perfect. Let's go back into our visual styles, go to realistic, go to home, swing that back around, get into our model space. Let's go to thread, pick that internal diameter and specification 0.125, and I believe it's a 1A, is it? 2B through. 2B through, quarter 20, and we are good to go and apply. So that thread is there. And there are no threads in the top here because we have a little piece going there. I'm going to take this, right click it, and turn off my visibility, and my part is done. Notice I haven't been applying any materials to these parts. I'll do that a little bit later. You can do it at this point in time. It'll probably make it easier for you. And we're done in 17 minutes.